Today we're going to try out this color changing vinyl from Cricut. So since we're going to be doing a vinyl wrap on this Libbey glass can, I decided that I wanted to try out Cricut's color changing vinyl. This is a cold change, so when it gets colder it should turn to like a pink or a purple, but I just thought this would look really cool. And so I have already cut it down to the size for the Cricut Joy of 4.5 inches wide. And since this is a wrap, we are using the longer Cricut mat. And I'm just going to slowly like push it down. Just really make sure that that is on there. So let's jump into Cricut Design Space so that we can get this set up. Okay, so we have our artwork here in Cricut Design Space. We don't need to mirror this because this is normal vinyl and not HTV. So I'm going to hit continue, and it's going to connect to the Cricut Joy via Bluetooth. Sometimes that just takes a moment. And I'm just going to browse all materials here, and we are just going to do, so we'll do Smart Permanent Vinyl. I am worried it's going to do too much pressure. I guess I'll just leave it at default. So I guess let's load in our mat. So let's click go and see what happens. All right, so now we can unload our mats, and then we can flip this over, and then we can pull the mat away. So let's trim this up. I do have a feeling this is going to be hard to weed. So let's just go for it and see what's happening. So I'm just going to go slow. So far this stuff is weeding pretty decently. Now I do personally hate weeding permanent vinyl just because I feel like it's always hard to not get it to stick to itself. I'm just trying to go slow. So it looks like we only might have one casualty, which is the little part that we want to keep on that smiley face. So we might do something opposite for that. Now, because I didn't get my material straight on the cutting mat, it did cut off on the bottom here a little bit, but that is not the end of the world. But so far this is looking pretty good. So since most of this is weeded, I'm gonna real quickly clean my glass. And we're just gonna clean this glass with some isopropyl alcohol. You could just use like a wipe or something, just so that that has time to kind of dry off. So I think what I'm gonna do, because this ended up, we lost that one, I'm gonna just weed out the inside of the smiley face, I think, and that little outside, which we were originally gonna be keeping. And then since we're doing the smiley faces reverse, then we'll weed out the inside as well. All right, so because these details are so small, I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this on the cup and then reverse weed it out. So we're gonna take our transfer tape. So we're just gonna put some out and then just trim it up. And then I'm just gonna burnish this onto the transfer tape, make sure it's really on there. All right, so we have a wrap. And then I'm gonna put this cup in my little cup cradle. You can get this on my Etsy shop. And then I'm just gonna kinda eyeball it. So I'm gonna push in the middle and then push outward. And then I'm just gonna go from one edge to the other, going from the middle out. And then we're just gonna slowly remove the transfer tape. And then so these ones at the top, I'm just gonna take my finger and then I'm gonna push them down to make sure they're really pushed on there. So it doesn't look too bad. And I'm gonna use the pen to pull these pieces off. It's much easier to do it this way than trying to do it from the transfer tape. Now this is a tedious process, so just go slow. All right, our cup is done, so now it's time to see how the color changing effect actually works. Well guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I think this did turn out really well. I don't know if I would use this product necessarily for things that I'm selling to other people, but for just cups for me and my family, I think it's pretty awesome. And I do not get tired of seeing the color change. Let me know if you have any questions down below in the comments, and I'll try to get back to you. Feel free to reach out to me over on Instagram or any other social media. And as always, I'll link everything I use in this video down below. So thanks for watching guys, see ya.